Hey, how's it going? This is Kenny with Keller Williams Realty. Just checking in for another weekly video. Thanks for checking me out. Hope everybody's having a great week. Excuse me. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between buying agents and listing agents. Um, Someone just yesterday, I was walking out of a house shooting a video for a buyer. Hey, you the listing agent? I'm like, no, but I could help you. Is there anything I could help you with? Oh no, don't worry about it. That's good. I was just trying to see if you listed this house, and it's like I don't think people fully understand like the roles of like a buyer's agent as opposed to somebody that's selling the house. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit for you. So if you're selling a house, if you are a seller agent and you're working with a seller, your role is to market that thing like crazy, get it out there, get an open house, just drive traffic to the house as much as possible. And that's pretty much what you need to be doing. And so a buyer's agent, what you do is you work with the buyer. You help them, find their way through financing, see what they can get approved for, go show them houses, advise them, coach them, put offers in for them, negotiate, explain the contract, explain the process, walk with them through the process, and get them from point A wherever they at, even if it's like a credit issue, help them work all the way up and stay in touch with them all the way into the closing table. And that could be a pretty long process or it could be a pretty short process. It just depends where they're at in the process. And if they're qualified, motivated, all this kind of stuff you kind of gauge as you go. So I think where the confusion might come in is people see the for sale sign and they see the number. It's like, that's the guy I need to call. I need to call him. I need to call, contact him. When you contact him, that's for that, him or her, that's for that particular house. And the reason why it doesn't really work is, the that selling agent, you know, is advertising the property. Then they're going to go work with another seller and advertise their property. Then they're going to work with another seller and advertise their property. They're not running around. If they're a listing agent, they're not running around with buyers to this property, that property, this property. So what you do is you get one person that's going to help you with any property. So if you're looking to buy, you say, hey, what do I even do? What I'm renting right now. How does it even work? You talk to someone like me, I send you a 45-minute video. This is how it all works. This is what you need to do first. This is how the contract works. All of it. Earnest money, inspections, appraisal, anything you want to know about the price. After you watch that, then come back. Like that's the first step. Then then I'll direct you. I'll say, hey, have you talked to a lender? Because because you'll know what you want, but you might not know how much you can even afford, how much you could get, how much you qualify for, what your credit score is, um, all that kind of stuff. So then probably send you to a lender, or if you already have one, go to your own lender. It really doesn't matter. I just refer people that I know that can get the deal done. Um, but that's the difference. People always like, oh, is this your house? Is this your house? It's like, listen, if I'm working with you as a buyer's agent, and I work with sellers too, I'm equal opportunity. But if I'm working with you as a buyer's agent, I can help you with any house, and I don't have to be listing any one of them. I can help you buy any one of them without listing any one of them. And here's the other thing. So say if you were riding down the street, right, and you saw a sign, you say, I like that house. I'm gonna call this number on this sign right here. That agent is working with the seller. That agent represents the seller. So when you come in, say if you did have a pre-approval, say if you was qualified, and say if they did pick you, they got other offers too. So they would be working with you. That agent will be working with you as a customer. So, not that they would lie to you, not that they would jerk you or whatever, but you would be second in line. Like they wouldn't have that client relationship with you. They would have the client represent with client relationship with the seller. So you would be in a position of, yeah, I help you with a contract. Yeah, I'll fill this out for you. Yeah, but as far as negotiation, as far as tips and tricks and what you should look out for and all this kind of stuff, you're on your own to a large degree. But that agent gets paid just like they was representing you. So it's actually a really bad deal when you go straight to the listing agent. Like they get paid like they were representing you, but they're not really representing you. Like they'll get you in the contract and everything like that, but they're not going to help you negotiate. They're not going to help you, go through the process. What's an appraisal mean? What's the inspection mean, or whatever. If it was me, I would as much as I could. But if I was representing the seller, I would keep that in mind. I'm not going to mention anything that's going to put my seller in a bad situation. I'm going to keep in mind that my goal with the seller is to get the most money I possibly can. So if you come in as a buyer, you know what I'm saying, your need to get the best deal or whatever is secondary to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit of a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? Now, you are allowed to do that, but you would, and I would let you know going in, if it was me listing the house and then you came in as a buyer, and and it's the seller's decision, by the way, whether or not they're gonna pick you or not. Just because I'm the agent don't mean that I'll say, hey, here's the guy and here's what they bring to the table. They have this type of loan, or they have cash, or they have whatever, and they're willing to offer this, that, and the third. Like you would be in line with everybody else. But it would be a situation where I would tell you right up front. I'd be like, hey, I represent the seller. You want to go through with this? Yeah, 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 yeah. I want the house. I want the house. I want the house. But you wouldn't be getting the proper advice. You know what I'm saying? Like you would with a buyer's agent representing you. So that's something that you definitely want to consider and understand what the difference is when you call in the numbers on the signs, when you're trying to catch the seller. And people always say, like, when coming out of a house, with a buyer or taking a video or something like that, you're the listing agent. It's very rare that you're going to see a listing agent at the house. They're going to come, they're going to set it up, and they're going to get, they'll be there for that open house, but they're going to be working the phones. They're going to be collecting offers. They're going to be, you're not likely to see them why would the listing agent even be at the house? The buyer's agents are the ones that are at the house showing it all day. Listing agents don't show properties. They get properties listed so that way the buyer's agents do it. So the buyer's agents do all the legwork or whatever. Listing agent is looking for the next property to list. That's how they do it. And then they can leverage their business like that. So they can, have like 10 properties listed at a time. Think of a buyer's agent. You're working with the buyer all day, every day or whatever. You can only have so many. But as a listing agent, you price the property right. You advertise it like crazy. The offers come in or whatever. So you can leverage that business a lot. So, that's a way that a listing agent can have many more listings than a buyer's agent does. Unless you got a team. Buyer's agents can have people that help too. People that show the houses, showing agents and stuff like that. But that's a different video. But there's so many reasons why to get with a buyer's agent if you're a buyer. And the main reason is this person going to work with you and is going to show you all the houses, because this is just one house. So you're trying to do some kind of one-off deal, make some kind of arrangement with the listing agent. They might not even want to deal with it. First of all, they're the type that they're wanting strong offers that's written up the right way already, and someone that's pre-qualified, ready to go, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like they want the finished product. They're sitting there counting the money, basically. You know what I'm saying? As a metaphor. They wanted they'll see you at the finish line. Someone that's working on a credit score coming up to the house. Hey, how much is the rent? Listen, listen. I'm gonna refer you to so and so agent. They're gonna work with you or whatever. And a lot of listing agents, that's what they do. They'll refer the buyers out. they refer them to some other agent that works with buyers, because it's like, listen, I don't do all that legwork. Um, I'm not like that though. I list properties. I work with buyers. Just whoever comes first, who raises their hand to say, hey, I have a need to do this, that, or the third. But that's a little bit of an explanation. If you're watching, if you made it this far, hopefully got a better understanding of that. But all the time, I guess I haven't like put my net out far enough with my videos, because like almost every time I'm at a house, hey, you the listing agent? It's like, dude, you don't want to talk to the listing agent anyway. Even if I was the listing agent, I'm probably not the person you want to talk to. You want to talk to a buyer's agent that then would contact me with your offer when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? You're fully qualified. Like, that's something that people really got to understand. But anyways, have a great week, and thanks for checking me out. Stay tuned in every Wednesday, new videos. All right, thanks for watching.